Vice-Chancellor, faculty members, fellow graduates, distinguished guests, family and friends. Thank you, Steve, for your kind words. And what a time for all of us to be in London. This is one of the world's great cities. And as a surveyor, I pay particular attention to the skyline. Buildings that go by single names. The Shard, the Gherkin, St. Paul's, and of course, this big, brown, brutalist icon that is our host today, the Barbican. The backdrop to today's ceremony provides an interesting context. Today's Barbican is unique, home of high art and culture. As we heard, a 30-year project with noble goals and lofty ambitions. It is not afraid to take risks with all its content, and its art and installations are frequently groundbreaking. However, the architecture around us remains beloved and reviled in equal measure. But it is impossible to view the Barbican without understanding its origins. On the 29th of December, 1940, the entire area from Moorgate to Aldersgate Street, a site covering some 35 acres, was destroyed in a single night of German bombing. The room in which we are sitting in was a mound of smouldering embers, as hundreds, if not thousands of years of history lay in ruins. Slightly under a century ago, a few hundred yards further east from here, Connie Rifkoff, the son of an immigrant, worked as a child on a Petticoat Lane market, selling women's garments to support his widowed mother and younger siblings. And at a similar time, David Levstein, the son of a refugee blacksmith and occasional coal seller, was born in a horse stable on a farm in rural central Scotland. As Leonard Regan and David Lovat, these were my grandfathers. Neither had any formal education and no qualifications, and they were both born in times much darker than now. They witnessed real poverty. They were hardened by war, and as Jews, they faced barriers to the established trades of the day. Both my grandfathers died some time ago, and I doubt they would never have believed that a grandson of theirs would be associated with an institution such as this. Yet, in many ways, their legacies have been my inspiration. Their children, my parents, installed all their children with a sense of belonging, offering a sense of place, of purpose, and that if we don't value ourselves, then nobody else will. Like many of you in this room, London is not my place of birth. We've all left families and loved ones behind as we've chosen our path to make London our home or place of study. All of us who have graduated today have taken a conscious decision to seek to better ourselves, whether this is for the pursuit of knowledge, for skills, or just a couple of additional letters to put on our CVs that will enhance our salaries or career prospects. For this, we must pay thanks to CASA's academic and support teams who've allowed us to share from them. You've armed us with the most powerful of tools, the skills and knowledge to innovate, and most importantly, to question. I know quite a few of today's graduates, but it transpires not as many as I thought I was going to know. I have a great pleasure in sharing ideas and frequently debating with you. For all of us, on every course, there have been moments of frustration, and I'm sure there have been plenty of grumpy emails sent at 2 a.m. in the morning, questioning the judgment of a teammate. But the pleasure and honour of spending time with some of the most brilliant, inspiring, and motivating people in the land is incentive alone to justify 2 years of studying. Collectively, we owe considerable thanks to the family and friends who have stood by us while we studied, and from whom we received encouragement, support, and comfort. You have unselfishly suffered alongside us. You have bearing the financial consequences and being the uncomplaining victims of the constant pressure for our time and attention. There are those among us who have started families, already have young children. Some have faced illness and even the bereavement of loved ones. At times the pressures have been sincere, and on behalf of everyone here, I thank you all most sincerely. This ceremony marks the end of a small part of our lives. It's a hello to some old friends and a goodbye to others. Some of us have seen the world. The MBAs have explored China, Vietnam, Argentina, South Africa, Poland. Some of you even joined me in Las Vegas. Trips that have helped build us and challenge our views of the world. Some of us, empowered by CAS, have taken the first steps on running our own businesses, seeking to take the classroom to the workplace. But I want to take this moment to pause and reflect before we all move forward. For a moment, each of us, look back at the generations who managed to make things work. Look back at parents who taught us to improve, to work hard, and to find our place in life. Look back to the immediate support and sacrifices made by others while we studied. And when we leave this hall today with a new certificate and a nice photograph, please take a minute and look back at the Barbican. Like this building, we're shaped by what went before us. Many of us are imperfect, and as you can clearly see, not all of us are attractive to look at. But inside, each of us offers something special, something of interest, something of value to others. So I conclude with this thought. We do not face the hardships of past generations. Well, maybe if you're Greek, but we do not face the hardships of past generations. And we are highly fortunate to be afforded the opportunity to be here now at this point in history. The scale of our achievement is only limited by the scope of our ambition. So armed with the inheritance of past generations, let us rise to the challenge of our time and, like the Barbican, be bold, be brave, take risks, and do not be afraid to challenge the prevailing orthodoxy in creating our own future and enhancing the world beyond us in the aim of serving mankind. Thank you very much.